In this video, let's suppose that I, a 20-year expat, woke up today as a new 30-year-old that wanted to be a passport bro for the first time. What would I do to get a good woman worth being with and possibly marrying? In this video, I'm going to give you the 5 tips that I learned from my experience to help you find yours. Before we start this video, there are 2 assumptions that must be made in order for this video to bear fruit. 1, I am assuming that you are making an attempt at learning the local language. This goes without saying, and there's no need for me to motivate you to do that if you don't have the motivation to learn the language. Number 2, if you choose to partake in the nightlife, you do so in a manner that shows discretion so that you can protect your reputation in a new country in a way that you protect your reputation in your own. Number 1, establishing a connection point. So let's assume that I'm a 30-year-old guy and I have 3 to 4 weeks of vacation a year. And so with that time, I choose to go overseas for 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks at a time. So maybe I can go overseas for 3 times a year at about a week and a half. In this scenario, the first thing you should do is establish a connection point. Take a second and think about your life, what you're into, what you do. Are you of a certain religion? Are you Catholic or Muslim? Do you play certain sports like tennis where you can meet someone in your same socioeconomic level? Are you into martial arts like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Do you do ballroom dancing? These are all places where you can establish potential connection points. Once you've established these connection points, before you leave, you should do some homework. Go on the internet and look in the area where you're going and try and find a club or a church or a school or a group of people that are into that activity and become part of that Facebook group. Become part of that chat group where they are exchanging messages, and so that they know that they have a friend or someone that has interest in their group coming from America. And so when you go there, you have a contact of people on the ground. Create a new family. One of the most advantageous things that you can do is show a group of people who care about their country that you're not going to their country exclusively to hunt for girls, but instead you're a person that shows an interest in their country. One of the best things you can do for yourself if you're looking for the woman and not a woman is to start working on your in-country reputation. And the best way to do that is to connect yourself with a social group of people that can vouch for you. I believe one of the most overlooked parts of the Passport Bro movement is that many guys are not being motivated to travel in order to experience culture. You experience the culture and you learn the language, and it unlocks a whole new country to you. Spend time investing in that, and the best way to get to that place is to plug yourself into a group of people who like you and are looking out for you. Number 3, family first. These first 3 are the ones that require the most work because you're going to put your language skills to the test overseas when you can't meet any of these people. And then once you get there, you're going to spend a lot of energy just trying to find people that are regular, normal people who are not targeting tourists. This front-end work is going to make all the difference in terms of what kinds of outcomes you're going to have in the country. Think about it. If you have family on the ground and they're looking out for you, when you get there, they're going to take care of you. They're going to take you to places that you normally couldn't go. They're going to cook for you. They're going to invite you into their home, and they're going to introduce their friends to you. I advise guys to invest heavily in a group of people that care about you just because you're a decent person who adds value to their community and to their country. This relationship can be mutually beneficial. You can bring them small trinkets and gifts that they can't get in the country that they're in and tell them stories of your life in America. And on the other end, you're going to get to practice your local language in real time. You're going to have some people that are going to look out for you. And most importantly, you're going to have a group of people that will vet a woman for you. Let family do the vetting. At this point, you've done 80 to 85% of the work already. Before the first trip, you contacted people online and showed interest in their group. When you landed on your first trip, you sought these people out and you spent quality time either playing sports or going to church or training in the dojo together, things that show that you have interest in their culture. When you went back after your first trip, you continued your communication. And so the second and third times that you came, they made space for you and invited you into their circle and into their home. Now comes the part where the family that you've created does you the most good. They start looking for someone that's worthy of someone that reached out to them, and they're doing the work for you. There are three main reasons why it's so important to have not just a good woman, but her to be connected to a community of people that respect you. And the first one is simply, they are going to be a check on her behavior when you're not there. They're going to know what she's doing, and what she's doing is unbecoming of what they think is worthy for a person that they respect. They're going to probably let you know. Secondly, if you've established yourself as a person worthy of respect and a network of people have found someone that they think will match with you, that will check her behavior. And even though that network is not a foolproof check, is more of a check than you can get in any other situation, because we don't have any social checks anymore. Lastly, you have a group of people that are rooting for you guys to win. You're going to have a network of people that want to see your family, the one that they set up, survive, thrive. We don't really have these kind of networks as much in America anymore because we're so atomized. But in countries where family ties are a bit stronger, that can be a huge bonus, especially if you go through difficult times and you have people on her side that respect you and respect her, and they kind of talk to you guys like, hey, listen, we have a tradition of doing things a certain way. Why don't you guys work it out? This is how me and so and such worked it out. Think about that, because that is another cap in the feather of making a relationship working out with the woman. 5, don't forget your medicine. However you want to refer to it, game, RP, real pill, whichever way you choose to look at it, you're going to need to retain those skills, because if you're goo goo gaga in love guy and not something closer to masculinity in their place, where maybe guys don't show as much emotion, or they don't cry in front of women, or they don't show weakness, or even when you're away and you're worried about things, still being able to work and say, I care about this woman, but I'm not going to blow her phone up. And if she doesn't email me, she knows that that might mean that I'm going to act a certain way when we get back there, and I might be vetting for another person. I'm not one to tell guys how they should or shouldn't behave like that, because I'm not a D-police. I do think that you should follow the law, but if you're looking for the woman and you're trying to build a social network, be very discreet about how you move at nighttime, and keep those two sets of what you're doing separate, because if they get mixed, then it's going to cloud anything that you're trying to get done in terms of finding a quality woman. I do suggest that. If I were waking up today as a 30-year-old and I desired to be a passport bro, knowing what I know, I would invest about 80 to 85, 90% of my effort into language learning and developing a group of people in the country that think highly of me, that know that I have a reputation that I would like to protect. And I would build on this family, this group of people, every time I went to that country. And I would separate whatever else I did at nighttime from this group of people. The reason why this group of people is so important is because they know about the shy girl who doesn't like to go to the bar, the socially awkward girl who reads books, the girl that works at the market who doesn't go to the touristy areas. And if they think that that girl is a good match for you, they are the ones that are going to find her, not you. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.